So I want to tell you a little bit about this particular deal that we did a couple of years ago. This is 301 Fifth Avenue East in Buckeye. We picked this up from another investor. She was in a situation, she was a don't wanter, basically is what we call them. She had the house, she had pretty much a lot of equity in it, and at some point she's just got tired of owning the thing. It had become kind of a pain to her. So being that it was a pain point, of course what we do is we fix pain points. And we were able to pick this up. I'll give you the numbers on it. It was $160,000. She wanted $190,000. We offered $160,000, and with her actually financing about $100,000 of it for a year, which we were able to work out, and she was happy to do it. She was asking $190,000. We got it for less than that, and then we were able to buy her out fully shortly thereafter. And it was about 8 months or so later we were able to refi out and get that $100,000 back, and go on and do other stuff with it. So we've got quite a bit of equity. When I bought it, I think it appraised, oh gosh, I'm trying to think now, it's like $250,000, I think, something like that. And then the market moved, and a couple years later, about 3 months ago, it was worth about $288,000 is what it appraised at. So it's just a little 3-bedroom, 1-bath. Just under 1,100 square feet here in Old Town Buckeye, and it was a pretty smoking deal. We'll kind of just walk in a little bit and show you. This garage was added on, definitely not original. Certainly an older home, built in 1940. There we go, get into some air conditioning. It's July here in Phoenix, man, it's hot out here. So it's an older home. It's a little bitty place, it's cute. Central hallway, 3 bedrooms, 1 bath, just a kitchen, really nothing special. The upside to this, other than the fact that it's a home, is we have about 12,000 square foot of land that comes with the house, and that's relatively unheard of nowadays. Nowadays they're building these new houses, similar sized lots are hard to come by. So the value here, of course, is we've got some land, we have a structure, it's in relatively good shape for its age, although it's going to need maintenance and repairs. But the deal works out pretty well. My payment on it is just under $1,000, and we rent it for $1,500. So that's actually a little low, but because we do, because of its condition, it's not in the greatest shape, but it is enough for us to finance the thing comfortably and use that $100,000 to go do other deals and grow going forward, using that money for lending purposes, for flips, for other properties, whatever. So my investor came on and he was okay with doing the loan. So we took a pay cut as far as cash flow for future growth purposes, and that's the real trade-off. If you do take lend against your property, you're going to lose some of your cash flow, but you've got to use that cash flow for growth, and that's the real trick. If you don't use it for cash flow, what are you doing? So you have to kind of balance where you are, where your investor is, as far as what's important. If it's important for you to grow, I'm still fairly young. I'm not even 50 yet. So I've got another, 20 years or so really until I'm going to need cash flow for advancing purposes, medical, and as I get old, I don't want to work, that kind of thing. But it's also something that's important to the investor. My investor's a little older, and he wants the cash flow, but he doesn't need it. So we were able to take some of the cash flow, put it against the debt, use that debt to go do other deals and buy more other houses. So you can kind of think of it as a burn method, where we buy it, refinance it, and buy it, rent it, refinance, whatever, take that money out and go buy other properties to grow on. So it's a very straightforward, simple process. It does take a little bit of know-how, some good lenders. Make sure they don't take advantage of you because you're fairly new. You got to have decent credit. Helps if you have a mentor or someone to kind of teach you how to do that, and then of course someone who actually knows what they're doing And if you don't want to learn all that, you don't want to try and figure out how to do it or take the time to do it, because it's a lot of work. When we bought it, the roof over the garage was toast, and there's an accessory room on the back of the roof was toast. So I was able to come in and actually rebuild those myself, and then we were able to bring a roofing company in to finish it off and make it solid again. And with that knowledge and know-how and the effort that I put in, the sweat equity I put in, we got the house up and running at a relatively low cost. So we bought it for 160. I put about 12 into it as far as materials. I did a lot of the work myself and the roofers. So we're into it for 172 roughly. And we're sitting on a little over $100,000 in equity as it stands. So we were able to make that work. It's nothing special, it's nothing exciting, it's just a little house. And I was out there talking to people, we were networking. That's how I ran into I made a friend, and his partner was the one that owned the house. And she's like, dude, I'm tired of this place. She was renting it for $1,000. And I was like, that's way, way, way low. When I first started, I was renting it at $1,650, and that's with just putting the roofs on it. We didn't paint it, we didn't do any of the flooring or anything. So we were able to raise the rent 60%, pretty much in one shot. We brought it down a little bit just because of the market and the condition, but plus I wanted to, I'm getting tired of driving down here, to be perfectly frank. It's a 45-minute drive for me to get down to this place. But it's a cute little house and it'll make someone happy. We're actually here today moving a family in, which perhaps we'll see here when they get here. They've already finished the paperwork a couple weeks ago. They said they wanted it. We're charging $4,900 to get in. The $4,900 consists of $1,500 to rent, $1,000 for the security deposit, and then we charge the rest of it would be an option fee. And the option is, of course, the ability for the resident to buy the house. It secures their right to do so. That way I can't sell it out from under them. And that's kind of another secret in the rental market, is when you're renting a house, the owner could just sell the house out from under you. They don't need your permission. It's their house. And then they come along and say, hey, when you buy a house, you're not going to buy it with renters in it. You got to move. So I hear it all the time. Help me, help me. My landlord is selling my house. I'm going to wipe my face here. This is bad. But when you hear people in need like that, you can't help but think, these poor folks, they don't have a stable housing situation. This program makes sense. So you come to me, an experienced operator, and I'll make you a deal. I have this house, we own it properly, and you can buy the right to buy the house. You gotta have, of course, special documents and understand how it works. And once you do that, which I do, of course, once you do that, they have security. And that's what a house is supposed to be. It's a secure place to live. Our program is set up such that you don't have to buy the house. You don't have to, but you can. I'll promise to sell it only to you. And that, of course, you're going to pay me for, me and my investors. But that gives them security. And we offered it for 10 years. 10 years of window, as long as you play by my rules, as long as you do what you're supposed to do, and that's make your payments on time, maintain the house, be good with the neighbors, that's it. As long as you do those three things, you have up to 10 years to make this purchase. And the best part is, provided my investors are amenable to it, we might be able to actually fund you ourselves, as opposed to you having to go to a bank, take out a loan and a mortgage. We offer, for the most part, qualified residents to actually be able to buy the house directly from us, and we do the financing. So for the investor and for myself, that provides us a long-term cash flow that is secured by real estate and secured by a good family that I babysit, I maintain, I help coach, I teach. The upside for the resident is they get a home that I can't sell out from under them, so they're secure. And they tend to bond with the home because they want to live here for a long period of time. I don't touch renters. I touch people who want to be homeowners. And when we do that, what we offer is that security and that pathway to home ownership. And potentially, they never have to talk to a bank. Now, part of what we do is we offer counseling, help them get their credit fixed, help them get their down payment set up, help them do the repairs, things like that, stuff that needs to be done. And then we'll get them to the point where they can actually own the home. We try to get them to go to the bank and get them qualified. And if they can buy us house, great, awesome. You have a house. We get our money back and we go do it again. But if they can't qualify or whatever, and we're amenable to it, we'll go ahead and finance them ourselves. And that way we get another potentially up to 30 years of income while they pay off their loan. So I like to think of this as neighbors investing in neighbors. I get an investor, they trust me, I invest that in the neighbors that are moving in here, and then we help them come to own a home long term. Down the road, they sell the house and move on, or they pass it to their kids. I don't really care at that point. We have the deed of trust, and they're making payments to us. And at any time, of course, it's secured by real estate, so if they choose not to play by the rules, they just take the house back. So it's secured, it's fairly straightforward. There's a lot of technical stuff on the backside, which is why my investors value what I do, because I can basically go through the process and it's hands off for them. They go golfing or be a doctor or whatever it is they're gonna do, and I come out and deal with places like this. If there's a repair that needs to be made, an emergency or whatever, that's what I do, I handle it. Plus I put the deals together and I do it properly so it's all secured. And my investors don't have to worry about a thing. They just go do what they do. They put their money in, safe, secure, long-term cash flow, passive position, and I do the work because that's what I do. I like to do the work. And I like to help people come to own a home. So it's a good deal for everyone, and it's fairly straightforward. It is technical, and it can burn you if you don't know what you're doing. So I don't recommend it for everybody. I do recommend typically if you have the money and you want to remain passive, or you just don't want to deal with the day-to-day, which can be a pain, then you find someone like myself that you can trust, and you place your money with them, and you let them do what they do. They cut you in on the deal, and you make some money, and you go do your thing. Very simple, very straightforward. So Tanco Home Solutions is a company, that's my management company. I own it, of course, through the properties companies. We protect everything in LLCs, written properly by one of the best asset protection lawyers in the country. And we put these together for folks to become good neighbors. Neighbors investing in neighbors, that's what we do. So, thanks for watching. Stay tuned. See you next time.